What is ERP?
Enterprise resource planning.
ERP is a enterprise resource planning software which helps to run the organization. Okay, ERP helps to integrate different departments of the company. For example, if you take any company like Reliance, they will have different departments: sales, finance, human resource, production, like this. Okay, so ERP provides application programs to integrate all these departments. Okay, ERP is a ready to use product. Don't need to develop from the beginning. Okay, they provide, SAP provide standard functionalities which are using, which are common to the most of the business organizations. If you want any enhancement, you can add it. Okay, if you need, like, if your company needs any additional functionality, you have to enhance it. Okay, using which programming language? ABAP
Using
programming language.
SAP.
SAP uses ABAP programming language to enhance the existing applications. Okay, but SAP is a ready to use product. It provides standard functionalities. Okay, standard programs, standard tables, standard screens, standard transactions. It provides all the standard business functionalities. Okay, any organization can use it. Once they buy the software, they can start using it. Or if they need additional functionalities which are not supporting by SAP, they have to enhance it. So that, what is enhancing the standard applications? You can enhance the standard programs without disturbing the standard functionality. You can enhance it. You can add additional features, okay, to the program by using enhancements in using SAP ABAP programming. Or you can create a custom program from the scratch. Let's say there is no standard functionality available to support your requirement. At that time, you have to create your own program which starts with Z. All custom objects in SAP starts with Z or Y. Z means Z or Y. The starting letter for any custom development should be start with Z or Y in SAP. Okay, so let's say you need a if you need a program, you need to create a program for business logic and tables to store the data. We have lot of standard tables in SAP. If the requirement is not suitable for the standard functionality, you have to create your own tables and corresponding program. Okay, so tables, there are two types of tables. One is standard table provided by SAP as part of standard functionality, or custom tables. Custom tables means which user creates as per their requirement. Okay, those are called custom tables. Or custom programs, standard programs versus custom programs. Okay, so uh, all SAP table names or custom programs should start with Z or Y. That's the thumb rule. Okay, that's about SAP product. Is it clear till now?
Okay.
Okay, so in general, so we discussed about ERP. Let's discuss about OLTP and OLAP. In general, we have two different types of systems. It's not specific to SAP. It's common in anywhere. Okay, if you take any system, we have two different types of systems. One is OLTP and another one is OLAP, or we can say OLAP. OLTP and OLAP. What is OLTP? Online transaction processing system, which helps, or which uses to create day-to-day transactions, daily transactions. Okay, example, Reliance Trends. Reliance Trends is a shopping mall which, like, sells clothes. So whenever a customer purchases something, they create a billing. They create a bill. That's a transaction record. Okay, that's a transaction record. Every time when you purchase something, they'll create a bill. That's one transactions. That's one transaction. That's going to store in the table. Okay, like this they'll do thousands of transactions every day. In which system? They use OLTP system to create daily transactions. Another example is bank. If you go to the bank, all the bank cashiers use OLTP systems to make withdrawals or to make deposits or to issue DDs, whatever. They use OLTP systems. They create real-time data. If you deposit something, they'll create one record. Okay, with some amount. Okay, that's called real-time transaction. Okay, current transaction. Okay, and we have OLAP. What is OLAP? Online analytical processing. Analytical. What is analytical? What is the meaning of analytical? What is analytical processing? What is analyze? What is meaning of analyze? Analyzing.
To understand the
Analyzing something.
business data.
Okay. Let's say if I ask you to analyze this table, you have to look at this table and you have to analyze it. What is the color of the table? What is the dimensions of the table? How many legs it has? Okay, like this you have to analyze it using all these parameters, right? So in World AP system is to analyze the historical data. Let's say last 10 years sales data. Let's say last 10 years customer bank transactions. Okay, let's say last 5 years sales of the specific product. Okay, so which store is performing better? They used to analyze based on the historical data, last 5 years records. But in OLTP system, they will keep on creating the transactions. They don't do analysis of it. But in OLAP, they aggregate the data. They sum up the 5 years data. Okay, and analyze the amount. What is the investment? What is the profit? What is the loss? Which product is performing well? Which product is not performing well? In the month of September, which product is doing good? Which product which product is not doing good in the market? So that they'll plan the production. Next year in 2022, they'll plan that a particular product production for month of September. Okay, in last 5 years, let's say Dell laptop sales are very high on the specific month of September. A specific color, red color laptop sales are very high on September month. They'll analyze the last 10 years data and they'll decide like which color and which product is doing good in month of September. In the coming year, they'll plan the production. They'll increase the production of that specific product to make available in month of September, so that they can gain more profits. For that, they have to use OLAP system. It's a separate system, because if you do this aggregation of historical data on OLTP system, the OLTP system performance will be impacted, so that daily transactions are very slow. If you go to the bank, let's say some MD of that bank is analyzing the historical data on OLTP system, the transactions will be delayed. If you are trying to deposit something, it take more time to deposit the amount, because someone in the head office is analyzing that historical data, which take system resources, all system resources, because they are trying to analyze huge data. Okay, it takes the system resources, and daily transaction will daily transactions will impact. To avoid that, they created different system to analyze the data. That is what is that system? OLAP system. This is only for analytical purpose. You cannot create any new records here. You can only read. You cannot write. You cannot insert. You can only read something and analyze it. You cannot create or modify records in the OLAP system. Create, modify, delete possible only in OLAP system. Here in OLTP system, in OLAP system, you can only read the data and analyze it. Okay, for that we have two different systems. What is SAP ECC? What you guys are learning? What kind of system it is? It's a OLTP system. SAP
OLTP.
is a OLTP system. SAP S4 HANA or SAP ECC is a OLTP system. Let's say some company needs some goods. They'll create a purchase order, sales order to buy something. That's a real-time transaction. Okay, let's say a new employee joined into the organization. They'll create that employee record. They issue some salary. Okay, that these are all real-time transactions, day-to-day transactions. Okay, all these things happened in SAP ECC. That's OLTP system. We have different system. By the same company, SAP developed different system for OLAP. That is SAP BW. We can also call it SAP Business Intelligence. That's a OLAP system provided by SAP. Okay, for that what they do?
B.
Yeah, there are
Business.
different types of
What is
systems.
that?
SAP
Okay.
BW. There are different products for OLTP and OLAP. What is SAP product for OLTP? SAP ECC or SAP S4 HANA. Current version is SAP S4 HANA. It's a OLTP system. Let's say if you go to Microsoft, they have different products, different ERP products. I think they have Microsoft Dynamics. It's a like competitive product to SAP S4 HANA. It's also ERP product. It's also a OLTP system. For business analysis, like for in Microsoft, we have MSBI. It's a business intelligence system, like OLAP system, MSBI, and on top of that, they develop some Power BI reports. This is the like that they can analyze the historical data. Okay, like that every company has their own products, OLTP and OLAP products. SAP OLTP product is SAP S4 HANA, and OLAP product is SAP Business Intelligence, SAP BW. Okay. So we are done with ERP, OLTP and OLAP. Now, so let's take this bank example. Okay, when a customer walks into the bank, if they deposit something, the cashier will create a record, deposit record. It will automatically store the data in the what is operational data? Operational data in the sense real-time data, current data.
Transaction
Operational
data.
data means current data. It's not historical data. Operational data which are using in current scenario. It's not a historical data. That's what we call as operational data. It's just a synonym to the real-time data or okay. In OLTP we have operational data, current data. If you go to the bank, if you ask for 2010 statement, 2010 year bank statement, they don't readily available in their OLTP system. They have to log in into the OLAP system and they have to issue the bank statement because they don't maintain historical records in the OLTP system. They hardly maintain 1 or 2 years, 2 years or 3 years data in the OLTP system. After 2 years or 3 years, as per their policies, they'll delete the old records, or they'll back up into some hard drive and they'll delete the records from the database. Okay, so here we create the records and then this is OLAP system. Okay, based on the historical data, they'll aggregate the data, they'll sum up. Aggregate means sum up the data and they'll analyze the reports, which product is doing well. Okay, using some this visualization techniques like Power BI, or we have different tools in SAP also. Okay, this is called data visualization. Okay, like displaying data analysis in a graphical format. Okay, by aggregating the historical data. What is the source of this historical data? What is the source of this data?
OLAP.
What is the source of this data, historical data?
OLTP.
Source, from where it is coming?
OLTP.
From yeah, it's operational data from OLTP system. Okay, we are copying OLTP system data to OLAP system when after business hours, when the after closing the bank, they'll run some programs in SAP OLTP or SAP OLTP or any OLTP system and copy that day's operational data to the OLAP system using ETL. That what we call it as ETL.
ETL.
In Microsoft, we have some SSIS, some tools to migrate operational data into
Operational
MSBL.
data into.
Okay, that's what we call as ETL. In SAP, also we have ETL. We move the data to SAP BW or SAP BI. Okay, then they can analyze the data. Okay, we don't analyze anything in OLTP. We just create the transactions. Okay, that's why you can see hardly last 1 year statement in OLTP system. Okay, if you need past 10 year statement, you have to go to the OLAP system. You have to log in into the different system where you can find your historical data. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Any doubts? So what is SAP? What is the abbreviation of SAP? System Applications and Products in Data Processing. System Applications and Products in Data Processing. SAP is owned by German company SAP AG. Okay, developed in Germany back then 1970s, I think. Okay, System Applications and Products in Data Processing. What is SAP product? SAP is a ERP product. Okay, so SAP ECC is a OLTP system where we create our day-to-day transactions. Okay, SAP ECC is a ERP product which integrates different departments of the organization like HR, finance, sales, production, plant maintenance, transportation, many other departments. They have integration. Whenever a new employee join, okay, this information automatically available for finance department, HR department, transport department and all relevant departments wherever required. Okay, similarly anything like materials or anything, these are all integrated. So they don't need different systems for each department or each functionality. It provides common functionality. Okay, these are few functional modules. ABAP is a technical programming language which we use to enhance or create custom programs in SAP. But we have functional modules. Say SD, sales and distribution, MM, material management, FICO, financial control, PM, plant maintenance, PP, production planning, warehouse management, PS, project systems, HR, human resource. Okay, similarly QM, quality management, TR, transportation. These are all the different functional modules. Each functional modules contains a separate functional consultant. What is the role of functional consultant? To configure the business requirements. They don't write any ABAP programming. They identify the gaps. What is gap? In general, we use a word called gap in products. What is gap? Gap analysis. We call it as gap analysis. Functional consultants will do that gap analysis. Let's say if you go to sales and distributions. Okay, for sales and distributions, they'll have a functional consultant. Okay, SD consultant. What he will do? He will do the gap analysis, like what is their current company's business requirement and what are the available applications in SAP. Not only SAP, any product. What does the functional consultant do? They'll do gap analysis. What are the available functionalities provided by SAP and what are they looking for? Okay, if they don't find a specific functionality which is not available in SAP, they'll ask ABAP consultants to develop that functionality in ABAP. Okay, related to sales and distribution module. Similarly, material management consultant will do same gap analysis. What they are looking for, what are the functionalities they are looking for, and what are the functionalities available in SAP. If they don't find any specific functionality, they'll ask ABAP consultants to develop such program from the scratch. Let's say there is a standard functionality which is almost supporting 80% of their functionality and 20% of their functionality is not available. Okay, the company requirement, that particular program is fulfilling 80% of their requirement, company's requirement, but only 20% is missing. At that time, they'll ask ABAP consultants to enhance the functionality, standard functionality. They don't ask you to create from the beginning. They'll ask to enhance the standard functionality of that remaining 20%. For that, we use enhancement techniques like customer exits, baddies. Using this, we enhance the standard functionality. Like that, every functional consultant will do gap analysis. What analysis they do? Gap analysis. What is gap analysis? What is gap analysis?
Identifying the
Come on.
standard
Yeah.
programming.
Analyzing the standard functionality provided by SAP and comparing it with their required functionality.
Requirement.
Okay, if their requirement is fulfilled, they'll just use standard functionality. They don't need ABAP consultant to do any modifications or things. They'll just configure the things. Like they'll create materials in master tables. What are all the materials available in their company? They'll create it. And they'll start using. They'll configure the system. They don't create any programs. If the functionality is not fulfilled, then they'll create a functional specification. What we call functional specification document. It's a requirement document. Okay, we have so and so standard program. It is supporting 70% of our functionality, but remaining 30% functionalities is not available. So they'll ask ABAP consultants to enhance that specific program. They'll provide the program name. They'll provide the enhancement details. Okay, and they'll provide the logic. Logic in the sense not in ABAP. Okay, they'll just ask like add two numbers. You have to write that logic according to that functionality. Okay, that's called gap analysis. It's common to any product or any project or anything. Okay, gap analysis not only specific to SAP or SAP projects. It's common in anything, anywhere. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
So this is the project methodology to implement the SAP product in a company. Project preparation. Okay, they'll plan the product. They'll plan the project. Okay, next in blueprint. Blueprint, they'll identify the gaps. Gap analysis will happen in blueprint, business blueprint. Okay, they'll identify the gaps and prepare functional specifications. What are the new developments they are looking for? What are the enhancements they are looking for? What is the standard functionality available? They'll do all these things in business blueprint. Okay, project preparation in the sense they'll analyze about their system, like their organization requirements, whether they have infrastructure or not, whether they have consultants available to develop this specific product. Okay, whether this product is really suitable or not. All these things they do it in project preparation. They'll identify the infrastructure requirements. They'll identify the number of server requirements. In blueprint, then analyze the business requirement. What is their current business requirement and whether it is supporting by SAP or not. And then they'll prepare the blueprint. Realization. Realization is the thing where we ABAP consultants or functional consultants implement the project, creating the programs. Okay, it's called realization. What is project realization phase? Project realization phase is the actual development phase where ABAP consultants create or enhance the programs. Okay, final preparation. Final preparation is like testing the functionalities. Okay, before go live, they'll provide they'll take user feedback. They demo it to the users, business users, and they'll ask for the feedback, and they'll do the necessary changes if required. Okay. Go live support. After final preparation, once the product is good, they'll go for the go live support.
ఈడే పోయి పిలుచుకొచ్చారు డోర్ చూస్తుంటావు అయితే వెళ్ళేసి వస్తా వాళ్ళని కూడా చేసి గమనించు
అమర్
Ah,
అదే 11 అవుతుంది కదా.
okay.